Stories. Search Radyo Pilipinas on Viber and hop in to our community.
Radyo Pilipinas.
Radyo Publiko.
Radyo Pilipinas.
Radyo Publiko.
Mahalagang mga balita, napapanahong impormasyon. Kami ang inyong gabay pag may bagyo at sakuna. Serbisyo ng gobyerno kapag may nangangailangan. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Tulay ng mga hinaing, ang problema ng bayan ating lulutasin. Tulay sa himpapawid, tulay ng pagbabago. Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ng bagong Pilipinas.
Radyo Publiko.
Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ng bagong Pilipino. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ang boses ng Pangulo. Karamay nyo kami, kahit malayo man kami nakakarating. OFW magsasaka, buhay ay iba't iba, san mang lugar ng bansa natin. Tulay ng mga hinaing, ang problema ng bayan ating lulutasin. Tulay sa himpapawid, tulay ng pagbabago. Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ng bagong Pilipinas.
Radyo Publiko.
Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ng bagong Pilipino. Mga proyekto ng Pangulo, damang-dama ang pagmamahal niya. Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ang boses ng Pangulo. Radyo Publiko. Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
Radyo Pilipinas.
Si Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
At ito ang garanti ko. Napakasimple lang ang garanti ko. Kahit may subsidy, kahit walang subsidy, kahit anong contribution, all of these issues, hindi mababawasan ang serbisyo ng PhilHealth. Hindi mababawasan ang bayad ng PhilHealth sa insurance claim. In fact, baliktad. Padadamihin pa namin ang serbisyong ibibigay ng PhilHealth. Palalakihin pa namin ang pagbayad sa insurance claims. So, I would like to just assure everybody, huwag niyong inaalala na mababawasan ang serbisyo kahit na kanino, para sa senior, para sa mga hirap, para sa middle class. Walang mababawasan kahit isang kusing. Quite the opposite. Dadagdagan natin yan in 2025, mas dadami pa ang magiging serbisyo na ibinibigay ng PhilHealth, mas lalaki pa ang magiging payment na ibibigay sa insurance claim. Kaya huwag po kayong mag-aalala, walang mawawala sa serbisyo ng PhilHealth. Mas pinapaganda pa nga namin ang pagpatakbo ng PhilHealth para mas marami pang maibibigay sa taong bayan.
Ito ang Presidential Broadcast Service
Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
ng Bagong Pilipinas para sa Bagong Pilipino. Naghahatid ng mahahalagang balita at impormasyon na guugnay ng pamahalaan sa sambayanan. Tulay sa himpapawid ng serbisyo publiko. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko. Ang boses ng Pangulo. Sa Mega Manila 738.
Radyo Pilipinas,
Radyo Publiko.
Oras sa buong kapuluan at 5 minuto makalipas ang 3:00 ng hapon. Isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at welcome po tayo sa ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross dito po sa Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko at ika-26 ng buwan ng Enero, taong 2025. Huling linggo na po tayo ng buwan ng Enero at talaga nga namang napakabilis naman ng panahon. Kailan lang tayo ay nagdiwang ng ating bagong taon at ngayon ay magkakaroon na naman tayo ng bagong buwan. Pagkalipas nitong linggong to ay meron na naman tayong bagong buwan sa susunod na linggo. At inaanyayahan namin kayo hanggang 4:00 po tayo ng hapon. Tayo ay napapakinggan live sa Radyo Pilipinas 738 kHz at sa ating Facebook page na Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko Facebook page at sa ating Kalinga Hatid. Mag-like and share, comment po tayo. At napaka-interesante ng ating talakayan ngayong hapon dahil napapanahon ng ating talakayan mamaya at nais nating pasalamatan ang bumubuo ng ating programa mula sa Presidential Communication Office, ang ating Dr. Cesar Chavez, ang ating director dito sa Presidential Broadcasting Service sa PBS, si Fernando Dindo Amparo Sanga, at ang ating iba pang mga kasama, Station Manager Sir Alan Alyanige, Sir Maki at si Sir Ray Sampang. Sa technical side, Sir Oli Lopez at si Ma'am Joy Timidan. At sa ating Philippine Red Cross, ang ating Chairman and CEO Richard J. Gordon. Kasama yan ang ating Vice Chairperson, Governor Corazon Alma de Leon, ang ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang. Kasama ng iba pang Board of Governors at ang ating mga chapter administrators sa mahigit 100 chapters nationwide. Kasama na kanilang Board of Directors, kanilang mga Red Cross 143 at Red Cross Youth. Okay, hindi na natin patatagalin pa. Makakasama natin ulit ngayong hapong ito dahil na-miss natin ang ating kasama lagi dito sa ating programa, ang ating Vice Chairperson, Governor Corazon Alma de Leon. Magandang hapon po, ma'am. Na-miss namin kayo, ma'am.
Yes. Magandang hapon. My apologies for my absence last Sunday. Pero dahil wala din akong boses, ngayon bumalik ng boses ko. Merong message si retired Chief Justice Hilarion Davide Jr. na palagi natin binabasa dito. Ang sabi niya, on this blessed day, Sunday, the 26th of January, let us resolve never to give up, but only to do good. One beautiful moment in our life is when we need love, comfort, and affection, and find ourselves holding our own hands together in sincere silent prayer. Today will never come again, so let us be a blessing. Let us be a friend. Let us take time to care. Let our words heal and not wound. Let love and peace rule in our hearts, because nothing one ever did for God is wasted. And let us not grow tired of doing good, for in due season we will reap our harvest if we do not give up. So then, while we have the opportunity, let us do good to all. Maraming salamat, retired
Yes.
Chief Justice
Opo. Thank you very
Hilarion
much.
Davide Jr. for honoring us
Yes.
with your message. At tamang-tama, nandito na yung guest natin. Pakilala mo na.
Si
Edison.
Opo, kasi napapanahon, Gov Cora, ang ating talakayan dahil ngayon ay pinagdiriwang nila to yung Dinagyang Festival dyan sa lugar po ng Iloilo. At siguro makakasama natin ngayon ang kanilang Board of Directors, si Christopher Montano, ang Board of Director nila at siguro mayan-maya, Gov Cora, makakasama natin ang administrator nila dahil busy po sila sa mga oras na to. At nagpapasalamat tayo, Gov Cora, kahit sa kanilang pagka-busy ngayong araw na to ay pinaunlakan nila ang ating panayam. Pero bago ang lahat, bago natin ibalik kay sa ating guest, paparaanin ko lang itong balita natin, Gov Cora, kasi
Sige, go
tayo
ahead.
ay kaninang madaling araw, gising na po tayo ha, 3:00 ng madaling araw, tayo ay nagkaroon po ng itong tinatawag na Open Government Partnership o OJP na tinatawag nilang PANRAN 2025. Kasama yan ang ating Department of Budget Management Secretary Amena Mina Pangandaman at ni MMDA Chairman Attorney Romando Artes. Nandyan po ang ating Secretary General Dr. Gwen Pang kanina yan, no? Nakikita po natin sa video na nagwa-warm up sila. 4,000 runners po ang pumunta dyan sa Quirino Grandstand kanina. At kasama rin yan si Governor Jen Munar, ang ating governor, at mga chapter administrators po natin sa Manila, Malabon, Caloocan, Quezon City, Valenzuela at Marikina. Alam nyo, Gov Cora, yung proceeds itong PANRAN na to, 100% daw po mapupunta sa Philippine Red Cross, Gov Cora.
Wow, congratulations, Dr. Gwen Pang, because type na type mo yung pupunta sa mga ganyang affair at magsasayaw. Congratulations. Wala kang audio.
At tumakbo po sila, Gov Cora, kasama si Sec Jen, si Doktora Nalupta at si Ma'am Aida. Tumakbo sila ng 3 kilometers po yung tinakbo nila. Tinapos po nila isang ikot. At sila Ma'am Aida Beltehar kasama yung dati nating manager ng social services ng welfare. Okay, Gov, babalikan na po natin ang ating kasama, ang ating guest, si Sir Christopher Montano. Good afternoon po, sir. Magandang hapon. Paano ba magandang hapon sa Ilonggo?
Mayong hapon,
Mayong
Sir
hapon.
Edison.
Yaw.
And mayong hapon sa aton nga Vice Chair sa Philippine Red Cross Board of Governors, Ma'am Corazon Alma de Leon. I'm very fond of this personality ever since nasa government service po siya. Ma'am, I'm still with the Commission on Human Rights, by the way. So
Yeah, wow.
dati civil service, civil servant pa rin po tayo. Thank you
Yes.
very much for having me here in your program.
Yes, very interesting because talagang gusto natin not only the administrator but a member of the board of directors just to show the reality na hindi naman tatakbo ang chapter kung walang board of directors. And I'm honored to meet you again, representing the Iloilo chapter. Siguro we will go straight to the point, no? Ano-ano ba yung preparation na ginagawa ng Philippine Red Cross sa kasalukuyang dinagyan o ginawa na Dinagyang Festival sa Iloilo?
Thank you very much for that question, ma'am. Actually, ang Iloilo Red Cross po has been on top of the preparations for the Dinagyang festivities for 2025. Actually, since last year pa po, the chapter had been preparing not only for the various first aid teams, emergency medical units, pero ang chapter administrator po natin, si Mr. Gilbert Paul Valderrama, is a part of the incident command management system that we have here in the region. And verily on top of the situation in terms of preparations, very well prepared po tayo in terms of equipment. Mamaya-maya siguro you may ask details about what had been positioned and what had been in use for the last couple of days of major festivities. Although masasabi po natin na beginning October 18, 2024, can you imagine, no? When we had the 100-day countdown, tuloy-tuloy na po yung mga activities natin. And for today, na highlight kanina, and the awarding ceremonies tonight, our Red Cross teams are still on the ground, boots on the ground, so to speak, delivering the vital services that Red Cross is very well known of.
Actually, when we had a program earlier before the Sinolog, we had the chapter administrator also interviewed to discuss the preparation. Parang sunod-sunod eh. After the Sinolog, Dinagyan, and I remember former Senator Nikki Cosseteng very actively engaged in this Dinagyan Festival, no?
Yes.
Siguro, is there a procession? Maaari bang sabihin nyo kung anong kalsada ang sakop at dinadaanan ng Dinagyan? I mean, is it the main thoroughfare?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, medyo bahaba-haba yung ilang kilometers ang ruta po ng ating parade and procession. It started at the San Jose Placer Church, yung church ng mga Agustinians. Kasi alam naman po natin yung nagdala ng Santo Niño po dito sa Iloilo. And from the Iloilo Freedom Grandstand, dati pangalan ng lugar yon, ngayon Sunburst Park na yung pangalan ng area na yan. Nag-parade po papuntang Provincial Capitol Grounds. Doon sa Provincial Capitol, meron tayong judging area din po doon. And then nag-General Luna sila, isang main highway po ng Iloilo City. Then papuntang Mabini Street, papuntang Quezon, Delgado, Ledesma. Yun. Our system of parade po, ma'am, is carousel type. In other words, paikot-ikot yung mga judging areas. Oo. And while they are performing, meron po tayong 4 judging areas. So nagpe-perform simultaneously in the 4 judging areas. Umiikot sila para naman hindi tayo abutan ng hapon sa presentation. We have 8 participating tribes for this year's Dinagyang. Ang theme po natin, ma'am, our Ilonggo faith of every Ilonggo to Señor Santo Niño. So that's the theme for the Dinagyang celebrations 2025.
Well, actually, I have been to Iloilo, part of the farm tourism program.
Yes.
I have been so impressed with the development in Iloilo. Parang feeling ko modern city that can compete to the world, yung mga big
Thank you.
cities.
Thank
So
you very much.
I'm really very, very impressed at the development. So siguro ang palaging tinatanong, active ba yung 140 volunteers dito sa Dinagyan? Kasi ito'y nakakapagdaan ng tinatawag kong flavor para sa ating festivity when they see the 140 volunteers na dinideploy sa Philippine Red Cross. What is happening or what has happened in Iloilo?
Well, nakakatuwa kasi when you mentioned you've been here quite a few times, gusto ko sanang sabihin na sana napunta kayo ngayong taon dito.
Oo nga
Pero
eh.
when you said the word flavor, yung parang magbigay ng siguro konti pang lasa sa mga festivities po natin. I just like to make mention na last year, the UNESCO named Iloilo City as City of Gastronomy. Parang it's a
Food.
very,
Food
very
related.
rare. Yeah, food related. So may mga food festivals po tayo here and there, everywhere. Ilonggos are known for that. Hopefully, ma'am, you can come to Iloilo once more and see the development ngayon, no? Talaga, iba talagang Iloilo from like 10 years back. Napakadami na po ng developments. But going to the question you have, actually, practically all of our deployed volunteers are 143 volunteers. We have like 150 of them. 150. Yun lang po ang alam ko na nasa listahan. Kasi alam naman tayo mga Red Cross volunteers po natin, pag nagpalista, yun pupunta yun. We have 100. But when the moment comes, they're there. So I would presume that there will be more. But these are all 143 volunteers po natin, ma'am.
Yes. And I remember, kaya ko nasabi yun, that yung mga products, I remember the biggest guavas, the biggest santol, were all coming from Iloilo. Now it is no longer like that. They are coming in many more areas, like Jensan, for instance. They have this already. So kitang-kita mo the developments. In other words, nagsimula sa Iloilo, move to the other provinces all the way to Mindanao. And I think you should be proud coming from Iloilo to.
We definitely are. Yeah.
So siguro you walk us through ilang first aid stations ang nilalagay at saan-saan to makikita dahil when they speak of Red Cross, they think, oh, meron niyang first aid station, meron niyang program to be able to help the people who might get sick, who might have some problems. How is the situation, Director Christopher?
Yes, I'm very happy to report this, ma'am. Actually, naabutan lang po ako ng oras kasi as the program was about to start, I was still trying to grab some pictures that were
Yeah.
sent to me by our administrator. Mga pictures sana na kung na-share ko, mas nakikita yung mga nangyayari sa Iloilo. But I'm sorry,
Oo.
hindi ko kaagad na ayos. But
Pero may mga
we
picture
have-
tayo.
Hmm.
May mga picture
We
po
have
tayong ipi-play. Ayan po yung ating...
that's great.
Yan. Oh.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I'm very
Pakita
happy.
mo
Yun,
na.
yun sana yung mga ginagrab ko rin ng mga... Yes, Sir Edison, please continue doing that. Actually, we have a total of eight first
Stations.
aid stations. Opo.
Yeah.
They are located in various areas. These areas may not mean anything to some other people, but nevertheless, since I was asked saan po sila na-locate, we have one in Mabini, Delgado Streets, we have one in Quezon Ledesma, we have one at the Sunburst Park, where yun ang main judging area, yung Freedom Grandstand. When we have one at Aldeguer Street, one at La Soleta Gay, that's a converging area of many people. We have one at Yolo Street, one at Solis, and one at General Luna. So 8 of these first aid stations strategically located along areas where people converge and where there is access to routes that may necessitate the transport of patients. Pinag-aralan po talaga ang placement ng mga
Yeah.
first aid stations na ito para wala tayong mai-miss. Time is of the essence. So ginawa talaga itong ng planning and positioning ng mga stations na ito. On top of these 8 first aid stations, Madam Vice Chair, we also have 2 air-conditioned emergency medical units. Air-conditioned po sila and they have a capacity of 10 beds, each of them. Yung isa ay nasa vicinity ng provincial capital kasi may judging area yan. Yun, that's one of those that you can see. And one is besides the Customs House na nasa tabi lang po ng Sunburst Park, yung main judging area po natin. Yun, makikita na yung picture dyan, yung emergency medical unit. So we have 2 of those. We also have 4 welfare desks. Itong mga welfare...
nawawala.
Yes, that's right. Because there are so many people estimated sa mga judging areas pa lang, siguro a total of like 6,000-7,000 people. Area sa judging area pa lang yan. Yung dalawa pa lang na main judging area. And can you imagine the people along the routes of the parade and all those that may be situated anywhere where they can have a glimpse of the festivities happening. So it's tens of thousands of people all over Iloilo City right now. So we have 4 of these welfare desks, and ito ma'am, bago ito. We have 1 child-friendly space. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but
Yes, yes.
that is situated at the ground floor of the Iloilo Provincial Capital, just besides one of our emergency medical units. Alam naman natin, Red Cross is very familiar. We have a
Yes.
very good child protection policy. And so, ginawa ng ating mga Red Cross youth, yung mga ano natin sa chapter, yung council president, chapter president natin, si Director Patricia si Pat Espina, no? Director Patricia Espina, president natin ng Red Cross Youth Council for Iloilo, together with Ms. Shaira de la Cruz, yung chapter representative natin for RCY. Gumawa sila ng isang welfare desk. And kung makikita mo po yung laman ng ating child-friendly space na yan, kung ikaw yung bata na nawala, siguro mawawala yung takot mo na you are momentarily separated from your parents kasi we have young people ministering to that will minister to them sakali na may mawala at maraming toys. Yeah, our young people did prepare really. No? Lagay sila ng maraming mga toys and even something to eat, no? Food stuff that will entertain the children. Trauma is what we are trained to deal with. And alam ng mga volunteers natin yan, alam nila yung gagawin nila. So we're very happy to have this best practice I am not sure. Pero ma'am, siguro allow me to claim this.
Yes.
Unless otherwise may mag-contradict sa akin, I would like to claim that we are the first chapter
To do that.
to have this child-friendly space in a big festivity such as this.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And I can only say na you have some, you can claim that kasi nakita ko na over the years, pa-improve ng pa-improve ang dinagyan. Sometimes, I remember, there would be exhibits of yung mga kimona. I remember na ginagawa. In fact, doon nagsimula both in Bacolod and Iloilo. Yung
Yes, ma'am.
tinatawag nating hobby, yung ano nga tawag doon? Yung cloth na
Hablon?
made,
Hablon,
ano?
sinamay.
Yes, the
ganun?
hablon.
Yeah,
I
hablon,
remember we were wearing, when I was chair of civil service,
Right,
kami
right.
ng ano, pag kailangan nagsusot ka ng native pag Monday.
Yes. That's
flag ceremony.
and that's exactly one of the things that you started na sa
Yes.
ngayon binigyan din naman ng civil service.
Talaga.
ASEAN inspired every first Monday of the month and every Monday yata dapat mag-flag ceremony kami.
Every Monday, I think
Yes.
it's
Yes, ma'am.
being done. Ano.
Right,
So,
right.
siguro, it is time to ask, sino-sino mga agencies na katulong ng Red Cross parang sa Dinagyang Festival because it is often the local government that is in charge. And then, of course, the other national agencies located in Iloilo are also engaged. Sa inyong experience, no? Ano yung mga may papayo ninyo sa mga debotong pumupunta at lumalahok sa Dinagyang Festival? It's a well-organized festival, similar to, of course, the Traslasyon, similar to Sinulog ng
Yes.
Iloilo. And then you have
Yes.
the Aklan also, the Aklan
Right.
Festival.
Just last week.
Yes.
Oo,
Sunod-sunod
yeah.
to sa 2025 talagang.
Right. right.
And I think it gives us great pleasure to meet. And maybe after this, yung mga retrato, ipapalabas natin sa future kalinga hatid ng Red Cross. Kasi
Yes.
minsan, we cannot do it on the same day, but we
Mm.
can do it parang follow up the following
correct.
events.
Yes. Yeah, to answer your question, ma'am, I think I can cite a figure na baka pwede rin sabihin this happened because of the collaboration between the local government units, the Philippine Red Cross, and our government agencies, both at the local and national level. Latest that I was able to gather, meron tayong 114 recorded cases of iba-ibang mga incidences.
Yes, emergencies.
Imagine, 114 of the so many thousands of people that are now participating in the festivities. Sa 114 na ito, mga more or less siguro yung mga nasa Red Cross natin na na itulungan natin mga 21 to 26 cases yung sa atin mismo na dumiretso sa atin. Okay. So, because of the planning and the preparations, widespread information dissemination na ginawa prior to the festivities, the Department of Health is very much on top of the situation.
Yes.
Kasama na po yung mga local health units ng Iloilo City and Province of Iloilo na nagtulungan po kasama sa Philippine Red Cross sa Iloilo chapter. The Philippine National Police, imagine we have more or less 5,000 to 6,000 force multipliers.
Yes.
PNP members, the Philippine National Police, we have augmentation from the Philippine Army, the Philippine Coast Guard, and even other local government unit force multipliers like the Tanod elements and stuff like that. We also have a very strong presence of the Bureau of Fire Protection, the DILG, the mother agency of the PNP, the Bureau of Fire Protection, is very much on top of the situation. The Office of Civil Defense,
Yeah.
who is also working together as the incidents unfold, and a host had pitched in together. May mga pictures po tayo, hindi ko na nga ihabol
okay
na
lang.
i-grab.
We
Ang
will
dami,
do that
ma'am.
post,
Yes.
oo.
As of 4 o'clock this morning, imagine, wala
Yes.
pang first sign of sunrise, 4 o'clock,
Ando na.
nagbi-briefing na po ang mga Red Cross volunteers natin.
Yes.
And later, as the hours progresses, nakasama na po yung other teams. So
Yeah.
there was a very big briefing, and after the briefing, then came the deployment. And so that is it. That's how orderly it is. That is how predetermined yung mga activities na nangyari to address any incident na possibly mangyari po.
How
Gov. Cora.
proud you must be. But anyway, let's take a break.
Yes, opo.
Is this on?
Yes po, Gov.
Then we
Cora.
come back because the second
Director.
part, Director Christopher, we're talking about your own engagement with the Philippine Red Cross and what. So it is you we will be talking about because your engagement and what's happening with the Iloilo chapter. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Sige,
I'll be on
balik
standby.
tayo.
Yes, ma'am.
Diyan lang po kayo sa ating Zoom, Director Chris. Magbabalik po tayo sa ilang mga paalala.
Good news! Ang inyong pinagkakatiwalaang Radyo Pilipinas nasa TV na. Oo, nasa TV na. Ang Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM ay live nang mapapanood sa Channel 3 ng ABS-CBN TV Plus at Channels 45 to 49 ng GMA Affordabox. Kaya may access ka na sa balitang totoo anytime, anywhere. Sa radyo, sa social media at TV. Radyo Pilipinas 738 AM.
Pinangunahan ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. ang pamamahagi ng 3,500 bahay para sa mga biktima ng Bagyong Yolanda sa Samar, Leyte at Biliran.
Para po sa mga benepisyaryo ng Yolanda Permanent Housing Program, hindi ninyo po kailangan magbayad na ng amortisasyon. Libre na po ang inyong bahay at lote. Hindi na po kayo sisingilin ng NHA dahil bigay na po ito sa inyo ng inyong pamahalaan.
Ipinagmalaki rin ng Pangulo na ang mga bahay na ito ay matitibay at kayang siguruhin ang kaligtasan ng bawat pamilyang titira rito.
Yan ay dahil sa Disaster Resilient Housing Design na masusing isinagawa ng National Housing Authority. Ibig pong sabihin ito, ang ating mga pabahay ay kaya nang labanan ang malakas na hangin at lindol.
Para sa iba pang mga balita at impormasyon, manatiling nakatuto. Tapat sa pag-uulat. Radyo Pilipinas. Radyo Publiko 738.
Okay, nagbabalik po tayo sa ating programang Kalinga, hatid ng Red Cross dito sa Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko. Okay, nagbabalik po tayo. Meron po tayong balita muli dito sa ating programa. Ito pong nakaraang 2 araw, noong January 24 at 25, kahapon po ito, nagkaroon po ng 2 araw na mass blood donation ang Pamantasan Lungsod ng Valenzuela. At ito ay katuwang ng Rotary Club of Valenzuela at Red Cross Valenzuela East, Rotary Club of Valenzuela East, Rotary Club Valenzuela West, Rotary Club Valenzuela Sunrise, and Rotary Club South, Valenzuela South. Ang donors po ay inabot ng 432 ha. Kasi noong unang araw 229 bags at noong ikalawang araw ay 203. So may total po yan na 432. At congratulations Sir Denver Larenas. At nung isang araw naman, nung Friday, January 24, nagkaroon din ng blood donation diyan po sa may Atis Covered Court sa may Barangay Potrero, Malabon, na dinaluhan ng ating ng kanilang chairman, chapter chairman na si Ricky Sandoval. Nagkaroon po sila diyan ng bloodletting at nakakuha po sila ng 39 units ng blood ha. Pero may sa dami-dami ng mga dumating, siguro 70 plus yata ang dumating dyan, pero 39 po ang nakuha nilang dugo. Katuwang po yan ng mga lokal na pamahalaan ng Malabon at ng pati ng barangay Potrero. At kahapon, nagkaroon din po tayo ng tinatawag na wheelchair turnover donation. Ito ay katuwang po natin ang Rotary Club 101 of Manila at yung Chair the Lab Foundation. Binigyan po natin ng wheelchair yung mahigit 100 katao 120 to be exact, dyan po sa ating Logistics and Training Multipurpose Center. 120 po kasamahan mga taga Mega Manila. May Manila, may mga beneficiaries sa Manila, Malabon, Caloocan, Parañaque, Navotas, Pasay. At magtutuloy-tuloy po to hanggang next week para buuin po yung 270 na wheelchair ngayong taon. Para yan sa mga persons with disabilities nating mga kababayan. Itong kung kahapon po dito tayo sa Maynila, sa mga susunod na araw, diyan naman po tayo sa Baguio, Benguet at La Union. Cora?
Dito pa yung ating bisita, Director Christopher Montano, at like I told him, this portion is getting to know our guest. Kaya gusto nating makilala more. Kasi sabi niya, taga-Commission on Human Rights siya. And so he knew me as civil service chair. That's like 25 years ago, 20 to 4 years ago. But anyway, maybe you walk us with your engagement with Red Cross. How did you start? When did you start? And then how long have you been in with the Iloilo Red Cross? And are you originally from Iloilo? Where did you study?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Medyo getting to know you.
Yes,
Please
thank
go
you
ahead,
very much.
Christopher,
Yes,
go
thank
ahead.
you. I'm happy with this part, being able to share a little bit about my journey with Red Cross. I always say that I am greatly indebted to the training and exposures I had with the Philippine Red Cross, starting when I was a young person. Many of the things that are me now are because of my Red Cross training. Ma'am, this year, I will be 43 years as a volunteer of Philippine Red Cross. I started way back when I was in high school at the University of San Agustin, sometime 1982. I can remember that very well. And worked my way through the council for University of San Agustin. In 1983, I was elected as the national president of Red Cross Youth. And for 3 years, I served in the National Youth Council of the Red Cross Youth Council. And it was during my time that I started with the idea of pushing, at the time, the vice governor of Philippine Red Cross was Governor Nene Solueta, our mayor from the municipality of Oton. And our chairman was Governor Espino. I can remember those very well. I took on that opportunity to push for the representation of the youth in the board of governors. And I was attending meetings, and I was given the opportunity to attend meetings, but I gave way for my other officers to attend the meetings. And I'm happy that not too long after it was adopted, and until this very day, yun po ang isa sa mga kinakatuwa ko, and I'm very happy and very proud to be that. Currently, I am the board secretary of Philippine Red Cross Iloilo chapter and chair of the IHL committee. Very timely kasi ang trabaho ng Red Cross sa IHL dissemination, enshrined po yan sa... Yes, ma'am. You're right. Talaga civil service talaga po kayo, ma'am. Enshrined po tayo sa Geneva Conventions. And that is also one of the major thrusts of the Commission on Human Rights. So whenever the hats I wear converge as one, it is when I do work as a Red Cross volunteer and as the division manager of the promotion and advocacy division of the Commission on Human Rights. And because of that, we had done a lot of partnerships. If
Yeah.
you would take notice, ang team namin po dito sa Iloilo, the University of San Agustin, from where I also finished my Bachelor of Laws, nananalo na po ng international competition sa IHL moot court competitions po natin. And every year, the CHR and Red Cross share resources. We have some funds taken from the CHR and some funds from Red Cross, and we further the debates every August for international humanitarian law. And right now, Administrator Valderrama and I are working on projects where we bring the message of Red Cross even to far-flung areas like the indigenous people's communities. Mayroon po tayong isang panang social laboratory in Barangay Lampaya in Calinog, Iloilo. Isang IP community po yan na Henry Dunant parang agriculture center where we planted vegetables and nakita na po, I think Sir Gilbert Valderrama can send you pictures ng mga produce po nila. And we're planning to expand that because the Red Cross is not about wound, it is not about first aid. We have said that time and time again.
Yes.
Red Cross is a way of life.
Yes.
Red Cross is what makes us human as a premier humanitarian organization.
Yes.
Yes. So if we want ourselves to exemplify the best of humanity, then we have to look to these quarters that we believe needs to be uplifted. And these are the marginalized sectors. So I know Mr. Valderrama is working with transport communities. Palagi siyang nagmi-meeting to address the issue of transport communities because they're also very vital partners in our blood donation campaigns. We have very, very good relations with the media, both traditional and social media. And our engagements with government is getting stronger. This year, we have plans of expanding our grasp of the many issues and concerns where Red Cross can come in and help make Red Cross a household name. So I'm very happy with my stay with Red Cross. There is a big debt that I need to repay to Red Cross for helping me become what I am today. And with that, it is really my heart's content to be with this great organization and with great people like you who also has spent so much time, precious energy, and resources to be here. To be here. Imagine this is a Sunday, but you take on the cudgels of representing Red Cross in an important venue such as information dissemination. Madamo nga salamat sa imo, Vice Chair Ma'am Corazon Alma de Leon.
Since you already use your language, can you translate the mantra natin na always first, always ready, always there? I'd like to hear it in Ilonggo. Always first.
Yeah. Permi una.
Permi una.
Permi una. Una is first.
Yes.
Permi handa. Permi
always ready and
always
there.
ready. Always ara dira permi. Ara
Oh.
dira permi.
As suggestion ko, gumawa kayo ng poster dyan na translating it, no?
Yeah,
Kasi
we can
always
do that.
first, always ready, always there. I think we should indigenize the words para feel ng mga tao. Kasi bakit
Yes.
sila nandun? Kasi always first, always
That's good sa
ready,
Jayan.
always there, yeah. So, the latter part, meron pa tayong approximately mga 10 minutes. Ano yung challenges na nakita nyo na kailangan pang maisip para gawin? Kasi right now, kahit na we have volunteers, we don't have the dedicated volunteers. In fact, ang gusto ko din, yung mga nagdo-donate ng blood, if they can afford to become members, yung 1,200 pesos na membership. Kasi the Red Cross does not get any funds from government. So
Right.
dapat talaga sariling sikap. So
Mhm.
maybe with this discussion ngayon, you can discuss how can Iloilo chapter be truly independent, be truly strong because it has the financial resources that you need. This is not this is something that needs to be talked about the 2025. You remember we had pledged 25 before,
Yes,
na
yes.
25 mga youth
Youth.
who donate
Mhm.
blood. Kailangan balikan natin yun
Yeah.
dahil 2025 ngayon. Parang we started it and then it petered out. Ngayon siguro palakasin natin ang
That's
Pledge
right. That's
25.
right.
Kasi
Right.
2025 na. And maybe Iloilo can be the the best to start it and get that going. Kasi
Yeah.
it must come from from the chapter. Kasi remember we had also the various chapter fundraising.
Mhm.
Maganda
Mhm.
ng fundraising nasa chapter because
Mhm.
you know what you need, you know what resources you have to
Right.
harness.
Right.
And maganda na balikan natin yung always first, always ready, always there. Para maging always first, dapat may
Yeah.
pondo tayo. Para maging always ready, we have the equipment. And of course, pag sinabing always there, nandyan tayo. And I think, when you see the Red Crosser, in fact, ngayon sabi niya, why are you in red? Eh, nahiya ako na vice chairman ako. Gusto ko naka-uniform din ako pag-appear sa radio, sa TV. Sabi ko, kasi that's how you can feel the importance of showing what it means to be a Red Crosser. So
Yes. That is who we are.
yes,
That is who we are. Yes.
and so I feel
Yes,
that,
ma'am. Yes,
go
go ahead,
ahead,
please. Yeah.
ako,
Yeah. Oh,
go ahead, go ahead.
I think you are in the really correct direction when you say we need funds to sustain and in further empower our initiatives. So ang mga ginagawa natin ngayon and what we plan to do, like I was saying earlier that Mr. Valderrama and I have plans and we will be involving a lot schools and young people here. Maganda talaga yung Pledge 25. Actually, ma'am, I have 3 children.
Yeah.
And my 3 children, dalawa sa kanila are already blood galloners and
Wow.
consistent blood donors. Isa lang ang hindi kasi grade 8 pa lang siya yung pangatlo. Oo.
Pag nag-high school, college na, pwede na.
Yes. Ang anak ko ang eldest ko daughter is now a doctor. But
Yeah.
when she was in high school at Assumption, Iloilo, she started donating already.
Yeah.
Yung anak ko na lalaki, nurse na ngayon and a clinical instructor in one of the nursing schools here, had also been donating and gallery na rin po. So we want to expand that to many schools. Ang isa pa namin gustong gawin, tama yung sinabi mo, platinum membership, 1,200. Not only do we beef up the funds of Red Cross, but
You
more
can do
importantly, we prepare people for any eventuality that might happen to them. Kasi hindi lang siya membership, may insurance coverage pa siya.
Yeah.
And we intend to do this with our local government partners. Kasi alam naman natin, may Mandanas ruling na they cannot say they don't have the funds. Ang
Yes.
importante lang, meron tayong convincing objective.
Yes.
And we will package that. When we go to the LGUs, we will not just tell them that we have this. We will present to them a kind of proposal
Program.
position paper na this is for you. Why is it necessary? It is practicable because you have the funds. You can have it in your development plans. You can have appropriations for that, and it will benefit. It will benefit the members. And well, not to say it's also a good political thing, to see that your people are being well taken care of.
Yes.
So, isa yun sa mga natin, sa isa mga tinitingnan natin ngayon for 2025. We want to make Red Cross a household name. Matagal na po
Yes.
nating vision yan
Ganun.
na Red Cross must be a household. Gone are the days na pag sinabing Red Cross, dugo at sardinas.
Yes.
Gone are the days na pag sinabing Red Cross, kailangan lang kung may bagyo, may
Really?
sakuna.
Yes.
Red Cross is living.
Yes.
It is about leadership. It is about taking stand when things are at their worst or things at their best. It is a way of life. It is a way of living. That's why sabi mo nga, this is a Sunday, but you and I, with Sir Edison, we're
Yes.
wearing red. We are wearing Red Cross. This is our identity. This is who we are.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
know, I want to share with you na it is such a ano, feeling. Di ba yung kantang, it's such a feeling coming over
That's a
me.
feeling coming over me.
Yes. So yun siguro ang dapat ma-feel. In fact, nakita ko, ang daming nagpapadala ng pera. Pera padala. Whether Palawan, whether Luwiller, whether Western Union. Sabi ko, siguro dapat we need to coordinate with them and say, sino-sino ba ito na marami ng pera? We can invite them. Maybe you can invite them. Hindi masyado kasing ano sa atin yung invite them for tea or invite them for coffee para to talk about how they can. Kasi sila alam nila kung sino yung nagpapadala ng pera eh. Kung sino tumatanggap ng pera. Pag tumatanggap, what is 1,200 pesos in a year? Once a year lang naman eh.
Yes.
And then even the blood donors, yung family nila nag-benefit na, nabigyan ng dugo, magbigay din sila ng 1,200 once a year. Ang gandang feeling yung once a year, you know that in January up to February, Valentine, magbigay sila ng membership. I think in Iloilo, it will click. It will click because, maraming mayaman sa Iloilo, but at the same time, maraming ding kind-hearted sa Iloilo. And then...
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. That's why we are doing our work well.
Yes.
That is why we are making sure that our interventions, like what we are doing with the Dinagyang thing now,
Yeah.
will strike a chord in the hearts of Filipinos,
Yes.
in the hearts of Ilonggos. I can narrate one incident nung, I think it was last Wednesday, when our team was setting up the EMU at the Iloilo Provincial Capitol Grounds. May nagbanggaan na motorsiklo at saka isang pickup truck. Diyan mismo sa harap ng isang malaking mall in the heart of Iloilo City. And nagulat ang mga tao. Siguro by happy chance na our people are near, na nagpuput up sila ng EMU, but all of a sudden Red Cross was there. The Red Cross ambulance was the one that brought the patient to the hospital. And I heard a lot of very positive comments about Red Cross. And so I think that is the inspiration that we will generate. That is why we are trying to perfect our interventions. We're trying to mold our young people. I had been with a lot of trainings of young people, and I have always been emphasizing the core values of Red Cross, no? Our hinivu, and how to live it as a part of ourselves. Because that way, pag napunta tayo sa tao, nagbigay tayo ng idea na mag-member kayo ng Red Cross, hindi na tayo mahihirapan because they know what Red Cross is and what we stand for.
Okay. Gob Cora.
Ayun,
Yes.
okay na si Edison. Pinapa-stop na tayo.
Oo,
What I
kasi
want to
medyo
say
overtime
that
na tayo eh.
You will make a good spokesperson also.
Yes,
in your
oo. Ang
region.
galing ni
Speak
Sir.
about Red Cross.
Director.
Go ahead, Edison. Goodbye na tayo.
Opo, hingiran na
Thank you.
po natin ng final message si Director Chris Montano at siguro samahan na rin po ni Director yung iba pa niya mga members ng board. Kasi Gob Cora, last year po yata ay nagsagawa na sila ng chapter assembly nila at
Yes.
election.
Yes.
Okay, Gob,
Sige,
Director.
I know the overtime na po tayo. I cannot make mention of the 29 other members of the board of directors of Iloilo chapter. But I'd just like to say that our chairperson, Ramon Kualoksin, also a
Yes.
former member of the board of governors,
He's a good
is
friend.
really a very hard-working Red Cross volunteer. He dedicates time, resources, and the heart of a true Red Crosser. So happy kami na mayroon kaming leader in the person of Governor Ramon Kualoksin. We're also very fortunate to have Mr. Gilbert Paul Valderrama as our administrator who put things together. And we're happy with the kind of people we have in the board. Yes, we are a working board. I can say that without apparent fear of contradiction. We want to see Red Cross Iloilo chapter as an epitome of great humanitarian service. Right now, we are about to start on our project of building our new Red Cross chapter building. Mayroon po tayong konting problema kasi may informal settler. But last Wednesday, we had a court hearing and apparently the judge had ruled that she will now render judgment based on the merits on our pleadings. Kasi hindi naman nag-attend yung defendants at saka yung lawyer nila. So, na-prejudice na po tayo. Once we have the Red Cross building started, we can see a much more energized, a much more dynamic Red Cross, and we want to see a Vice Chair Governor Corazon Alma de Leon to be with us to share this great victory, together with, of course, our chairperson and CEO, the Honorable Richard Gordon, and our Secretary General, Dr. Gwendolyn Pang. So, Sir Edison, salamat gid sa imo. Madam Vice Chair, Madam gid nga salamat. Happy New Year, advanced Happy Chinese New Year, and may we all be blessed to continue serving humanity.
Yeah. And Edison, I also want to greet Georgie Encanto, who's celebrating her birthday, I think today or tomorrow, but she decided to spend it in Iloilo for the Dinagyan.
Yeah.
So, nandyan siya, and I hope I will see her when she comes back. Pero naniniwala ako that it has been a very good afternoon, very good program. Congratulations and kay Christopher Montano, Board of Directors, PRC, Iloilo Chapter.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yan na po ang ating programang Kalinga Hatid ng Red Cross, Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publiko ngayong araw po ng Linggo, ika-26 ng Enero. Ito po si Edison Enriquez. Maraming salamat sa mga lahat ng sumubaybay sa ating bisita at sa ating Vice Chairperson, Governor Corazon Alma de Leon. Susunod na po ang pagbabalita natin ni Sir Albert Sebastian at kasunod po yan ang programa ni Vance Fernandez, Pulsod ng Pilipino. Ito po si Edison Enriquez. 3 minuto bago mag 4:00 ng hapon.
We know you're always on the go.